Get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before. No, I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Get a feeling that I never had before.
Yes, Ronnie O'Sullivan beginning the defence of his Welsh Open title. A very good evening to you. I'm in the Players' Lounge here at the Motorpoint Arena in Cardiff on a day when almost 50 matches were scheduled to take place. No rest for the first round winners earlier on. They're straight into their second round games this evening, including the defending champion. So, standing in the way of Ronnie O'Sullivan was little-known Australian Vinnie Calabrese. And unsurprisingly, the 88th seed showed signs of nerves in the early exchanges. O'Sullivan duly punishing his opponent with a break of 59. It was a case of deja vu in the second. Another miss from Calabrese brought some flamboyant shots from the 5-times world champion, possibly showing his displeasure at the 1-2-8 player format rather than any disrespect to his opponent. And another missed black off the spot gifted O'Sullivan a 3-0 lead. But the Australian, now living in Cambridge, finally gave the audience a glimpse of his talents, claiming the fourth frame with a break of 32. But any thoughts of a fight back quickly dashed as O'Sullivan wrapped up the match with a break of 52 to earn a 4-1 win and a place in round two. A great experience for the 27-year-old Australian, if not necessarily the #1 seed.
Yeah, it was what it was, you know. It's very difficult in these conditions, you know, like people walking around up and down, you know. There's obviously with the 1-2-8 players here, it's a bit like a car boot sale. Everyone's just scrumming at the moment. So, you know, you just think to yourself, it's difficult to get in the mood as such to really want to focus. So I just thought, you know, I'm just going to just treat it for what it is. It's a bit of a shambles. So I'll just go with it rather than try and sort of get really into a zone, because it's difficult to do that because there's a lot of distractions going on.
Well, O'Sullivan's next opponent, Rory McLeod, ended the hopes of Welshman Andrew Paget earlier with a 4-2 win, and he's not fazed about facing the defending champion.
I mean, every time you pick your cue up, you want it to be something special, you know. Playing Ronnie, okay, Ronnie, you know, is known as the most talented professional on the circuit, but, you know, just want to get out there, do the right thing and have a good game. Well, at the end of the day, Ronnie always has a good start as well, so, you know, you just got to keep him under the collar at the beginning, and hopefully, you know, you don't get that momentum going. So, you know, I just want to just do the right things, and when it's my shot, you know, just make sure I'm prepared.
So the two players are ready to get going. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan against Rory McLeod in round two. The best of 7 frames, the first of 4 will win it. Let's join your commentators for this evening, Terry Griffiths and Willie Thorne.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see the legend that is Ronnie O'Sullivan playing for the first time on BBC TV twice in 2 different matches in one day. Playing against Rory McLeod, of course, who's a seasoned professional now. Underrated is Rory. In the past, he's never really played his best stuff on the television table. Had lots of good results on the outside tables. Good breakboarder. But as we always say, against O'Sullivan, you have to start well. Ronnie wasn't in top form in his first match today, where he won by 4 frames to 1. So Ronnie O'Sullivan breaking off. Remember, it's the best of 7 this evening. In the commentary box, I've got the legend that is Terry Griffiths with me. Terry, it's always going to be a pleasure to watch Ronnie play. What chance do you think Rory's got, and what has he got to do to try and beat Ronnie O'Sullivan?
Well, he's got to play at his best, really. We've seen Rory McLeod play very well on the circuit at times. He hasn't had the best of seasons. He may get inspired playing against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Because if you don't, you could sit down a little while. Sullivan, of course, this afternoon made 3 centuries in 4 frames. Oh no, that's got that one wrong. Of course, it was Neil Robertson, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, I had the pleasure of watching that match with Neil Robertson. He was in sparkling form, and funny enough, Terry played on this very same table where Ronnie thought the table didn't play particularly well, but Robertson had no problem with it.
Had to play that gentle to stay on the black, and not quite sure if Rory can get to that red down the bottom corner. I don't think so. He was trying to pot it. I looked at it. He could have gone in that corner or off the red if it had hit the cushion a little higher. But he's left it on now.
Yes, he must have thought he was definitely going to move the red away from the pocket. And, you know, with missing the pot, you would think he'd bound to move the red, but he hasn't. So the first real chance falls to Rory.
1. Four.
He's on the red. Chance to pot it and stay on the black.
Rory McLeod, 4.
Pink and black in open play, so the safety is of paramount importance now because there's 3 or 4 loose reds. I mentioned earlier on in commentary that it's essential that Rory gets off to a good start, and missing that green wouldn't have done his confidence any good.
tough one to take on this. Beautiful shot.
1.
Can't tell you how tough a shot that is.
Even then he made it in such a way that even if he'd missed it where the cue ball's finished, he'd virtually played it as a shot to nothing. But as Terry rightly says, that was so difficult to hit those so pure off the cushion. He went for a lot of shots this afternoon, his match against Benny.
8.
And he won't have to do that, take as many liberties this evening. Always a little bit more seasoned
9.
player than his afternoon opponent. Now, has he covered everything up? A slight nod of the head I've just noticed
60.
would suggest he has. You would think he'd be on one in the middle there, and they seem to have all lined themselves up. Oh, something just fell out of the ceiling. Bit of ticker tape. Bit early for. Usually happens when the winner of the tournament is crowned. Oh, good recovery. Wasn't
7.
easy that, but played it as a shot to nothing. Didn't get on the desired red there. He was hoping to get onto the one to the right of the pink, but still can play on the black from this red. Unusual miss. Usually
Ronnie
very
O'Sullivan,
efficient
20.
with the rest.
One.
Good pot that, and not much applause. Playing the shot into the centre at pace is not easy.
Six. Seven.
Rory McLeod at times gets a little bit bogged down out there, but I always feel he plays a lot better when he plays quicker.
40. $50. $20.
Well,
21.
anything but straight on this black. A little bit careless there not to have left this black 3/4 ball, so he had the option of going into the bunch. The red at the back of the pack, I'm not too sure they can get onto that in any way, but if not, he's going to be struggling to get onto a red here if this is straight. It's a bit careless that, finishing straight. He's blessed with a lot of cue power, he'll need it here. If it kisses the red, it's a good shot. Well played.
28. $29.
There's just enough room to glance by the pink and play into these 5 reds, and if this works nicely, could win the frame at this visit. Now how's his look? Looks pretty good to me. Excellent shot, well played.
34. $35. $41.
Well, this is the start he was hoping to get. You don't want Ronnie O'Sullivan going in front of you too far. You'll never see him. He's off. In the do you remember the game when he played Ronnie in York in the UK? He done 3 centuries in the spin, didn't he, Rory McLeod? From 6-2 down.
I was going to say, he was a long way behind, wasn't he? He's a competent break builder, Rory. He's made a 147 in tournament play, so he's not one that's going to be frightened to score, but like we always say against O'Sullivan, you can't afford to go behind Hurley. He's got every chance now of taking this opening frame. He's 33 points in front, so red and another colour needed after this blue. He shouldn't be worried about playing the 2 reds to the left of the black. He should just drop on that red in the middle pocket just to, because it's going to be tough for O'Sullivan to clear where those 2 reds are. A little surprised he's not playing the blue into the top corner pocket here, taking the green on. Well, this is almost perfect, just a fraction too hard. May have second prize though, may have it in the yellow pocket.
52.
It'll certainly go. Very nice.
53.
Watch him now, he puts the tip to the ball quite low down the bottom of the cue ball and then takes it back up again. He may not do it now. Oh, he's done it now, look. He lifted that at least an inch. It's working. Perhaps Sullivan will start doing if he keeps potting balls like this. Try it out.
59.
Good stuff.
Well, 43 points ahead. He'd ideally like to push the black safe if he could, but it's too risky from here. The key thing here is make sure you get the object ball safe and get a very good cue ball. You can overthink this situation here, just run off it thin. Play the white in behind the yellow, as long as you miss the kiss on the blue, there's no problem there. It's all about missing the kiss on the blue, whatever safety shot he plays here. Don't think he'll risk playing 1 cushion into baulk. He's missed the kiss on the blue. Has he got a good
Rory
white?
McLeod, 59.
Looks pretty good. Good break of 59. Almost over the line.
Foul.
Oh, can you believe it?
Rory
And he's
McLeod
conceded
four,
after
and
that miss. So Ronnie O'Sullivan didn't get to the start he normally does. Rory McLeod with a break of 59 takes the opening frame and leads 1-0.
So a good start for McLeod there against the defending champion. Let us run you through some other notable results today. A good day so far for the more established players. The leading Welshman, Mark Williams, didn't drop a frame as he beat Leo Hoshan 4-0. Matthew Stevens scraped through after a tense final frame against Oliver Lines. Barry Pinches beat Jimmy White after a respotted black in the final frame, and Pinches faces Mark Williams a little later on. So our guest this evening, Darren Morgan. Darren, what have you made then of day one so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been, quite exciting, really. Ronnie obviously kicking the tournament off, and I think he's first to say he was a bit frustrated this afternoon with the way things panned out. But he got, he won his match, and then Neil Robertson was absolutely scintillating. He played fantastic snooker. So it's been a very good start to the tournament.
He was the star of the day, wasn't he, Neil Robertson?
Well, it looked at one stage, and I commentated on it, so he's gone one century, then he's had 2, and then we said 3, and then all of a sudden he's on 30-odd, and they're all there for 4. He didn't get the 4th, but it was a terrific performance.
Well, let's rejoin this match because it's intriguingly poised. McLeod leading O'Sullivan by 1 frame to 0. Let's rejoin Willie and Terry.
Thanks, Ian. So Sullivan conceded the first frame. He just needed 1 snooker. Perhaps he wants to get on with things. Of course, Sullivan had a good chance in that first frame. He split the reds. A bit unlucky not to be on a red. But after that, McLeod dominated the first frame.
Well, you can see he's reluctant to play this long pot down in this corner, but there's plenty of value in taking it on. But of course, if we do miss it, it could be very costly. But there's no real easy safety shot. Oh, he's found the gap. Amazing. Well, from a just off straight red, it's amazing how he's got around the back of the pack there. Just keep an eye on the cue ball.
Didn't really commit to that, did he? He played for a gap to try and get down to the balk as well as take the pot on. He should have committed to that one way or the other. He could have got in, made a good break and be 2-0 in front. That's what O'Sullivan would have played, that's for sure. Ooh. Didn't get too close to the pocket. Good chance there with the black on the pocket. Red's well open.
Touching ball.
Well, you can see the sigh there from Rory because he knows he's left touching ball, which means it's very easy for Ronnie to get in behind the black. Okay, it'd be very easy to hit a red from this snooker, but well, Ronnie gets the snooker. With these tables being so fast, it's a very tough shot to play now, rolling up behind balls. Especially baulk colours. When you're more than a foot away from a baulk colour, you're just trying to roll in behind one. Very rarely do you see them finish touching ball with these super fine cloths.
It was a pretty good attempt. Sullivan must be patient now. Be a little frustrated out then after the first frame. He's missed half a chance in this frame already.
Both had 2 or 3 tries now to get in behind this black. He'll be playing the same shot again here. And that's a better white. Ronnie now can't play the same shot. He can't go off the side of the pack because he can't get enough bottom on the ball. So he'll have to play an alternative safety now, which is a little bit more difficult.
Taking a tough red on in the centre. That's his way. He likes to, if he's put in a trap position, as we call it, with no good safety on, he'll take a difficult pot on. Nothing wrong in that.
One.
It's all about pace here. The one at the back of the pack he'd like to get onto, but as you can see there, he's overrun it by quite a considerable margin. There's the middle one of that 3 at the back of the pack. Does that pot in the corner? It does. So this is a great chance, isn't it? In practice you'd expect to score 50 or 60 from here without any problem. But this is a great chance now to go 2-0 in front.
Nine.
He's got all the shots, Roy. Just played a little close cannon there just to keep the white
60.
at this end of the table. It's not really done any damage, that cannon, because the red still pots. So you'd expect him to get, like I said, 40 or 50 points at least from
70.
here. Slight angle on the black, but he would have liked a better one than this. If you can screw back and miss the kiss on the red that's nearest the cue ball, he'll play the screw back on and off the cushion, but you've got to miss the kiss on that red. Right, well done.
Yep. 24. black cleaning as well. Just spotted it, okay. $25.
Poor contact then. Took the spin away from the cue ball and stopped short of his intended position. Got a few reds available, not easy pots though.
I can only presume Terry has played for the 1-2 down from the
32.
pink there, and that was a terrible contact if that's where he played.
He hit that quite hard, didn't he, with backspin? You don't get that many kicks on that type of shot. Occasionally, it certainly put him out of position. This red nearest to the cue does go into the left centre, and he's got a long pot down into the green pocket. Giving it a bit of thought, but
well, 32-point lead, Terry. I think you'll be playing up the one, you know, just down from the pink spot and trying to get the cue ball in behind the black. I wouldn't think you'd be taking this pot on. Well, this is dangerous. You've got a 32-point lead. Didn't hit that hard enough, did he?
Rory McLeod,
maybe
32.
that white is still spinning. Be still spinning for an hour at that pace. Takes away the chance of the accuracy that you need to pot those shots, I'm afraid. Didn't see any value in hitting it that hard. Could say he was a little unfortunate when he had a kick and lost his position, but you've got to reassess the situation then and make your choice and commit to it.
One.
Could cost him now.
Eight. Nine.
You just can't afford to give Ronnie any sort of chances when he's a bit out of sorts. I didn't think he played that well this afternoon, and he hasn't started this evening very well. Rory will be kicking himself now. He's left a tempter for Ronnie, which is now potted, and now you would expect that 32-point lead to evaporate very quickly.
50. 60. $23.
Well, just shows you how hard of sorts Ronnie O'Sullivan is today.
23.
You can count on one hand how many of those balls he'll miss in a season. You'll never get a better chance, Rory McLeod, than this of possibly having a chance to beat Ronnie O'Sullivan.
One.
Good pot. With pace into the centre, nice angle on the black.
Eight. Nine.
Well, he's just looking to see if he can get to the red that's just to the right of the pink there, but he's virtually got to hold the spot, but he's obviously not straight on it, but he's got to be on that line. Could probably just stun down a couple of inches. Oh, I don't know what he's played there. He's obviously played for the one and the baulk, but anything but straight.
40.
Another good pot there. But green is available, but I'm quite sure if it's quite a thin cut. Let's see if you can hold it on to another red. Stop the cue ball running away. Well, that's what he tried, but he missed the cannon. He stopped for a minute. He thought he'd be behind the black, but he's just as bad. Having to bridge over it. Chance is gone.
Right, McLeod. 80.
27-point lead. Looks like three of the reds are relatively safe, so very strong favourite for this frame. He's not there at the moment.
One. Set.
Let's try the pink and blue up into the centres at least.
Eight.
I think he'd have played there for an angle on the brown to move those two reds. There's a chance of getting him into the centre, I suppose, but if he's dead straight in the brown, he can't do that.
So 29 points in front. He's going to obviously need at least, well, he's going to virtually need all three reds, really. $39 in front, of course, not 29. So red and brown will suffice.
Thirteen.
Sullivan, of course, missed a very easy red in the centre by his very high standards, and since then it's been all Rory McLeod.
70.
It's 44 points in front now with just 43 left on the table. Sullivan conceded the first frame and he only needed one snooker. Oh.
Rory McLeod.
Wasn't much
70.
value taking that cue ball that close to the corner. You can get past the blue then. Well, I would have clinched it, but Ronnie's having a look. He's conceded.
Frame. Rory McLeod.
Two-nil under Rory McLeod.
Well, who'd have seen this coming? Rory McLeod, 52nd in the world, leading 2-0 against the defending champion. Could we have a story on our hands here, Darren Morgan?
Well, it's a bit of a funny game, and you know, Ronnie was a little bit of out of sorts, we'd have to say, earlier on today, but he had a chance in the first frame and he missed a ball that he should have got. And then, as Terry said in commentary there, he's missed a red in the middle there, really, whilst getting right back into that second frame, and he's paid the price.
Did you find it a little odd that he conceded in the first frame? I mean, he was 43 behind, 43 on the table, so he needed one snooker, and yet he misses the red and he concedes.
Well, he did that in the first frame, and again he only wanted one snooker there, and he's conceded again. You know, after his match this morning, and he'd done his interview, he didn't look like he was in a great place. You know, he said it was a bit of a shambles, and he didn't like it. He was 128 year and what have you, and he said he much preferred Newport. Now, whether that's playing on his mind or not, I'm not sure, but this is a different Ronnie to what we've seen over the last year or so. Yeah,
if you weren't watching our coverage earlier, he had some strong words, Ronnie O'Sullivan, to say about the new venue. He said it felt like a shopping mall and a car boot sale, but what does that say about his state of mind?
Well, you know, who knows what's going on here. He's a genius, and in most geniuses there's some kind of a flaw. But the first two frames have got away from him, and normally he would fight. You know, one snooker, he's still in the game.
Well, the genius has to find a way back. The defending champion trailing 2-0.
Yes, it could be a long way back as well, couldn't it, the way his mind is at the moment. He seems to think that if he doesn't make 60, he doesn't want to play. And we know the game is not that easy to be able to make 60s and 70s every shot. I mentioned earlier in commentary, I don't think Rory will ever have a better chance of beating Ronnie O'Sullivan than tonight. Well, there you see the average shot time from both the players. You can see the difference. Okay, Rory is known to be a little bit slower than Ronnie, but Ronnie at 18 seconds just shows you, and that's without potting too many balls in this match so far. He may have left a pot on here. This outside red may pot. That's a touching ball. It is touching ball, so it definitely doesn't. If he's thinking about playing the swerve, he's got to make sure it's at half ball, because if it's thin, he might catch the jaws of this bottom corner pocket, and of course the white will stand at this end. Oh, he's played it well. Played it good. Both players' safety has been good this evening, you can see from that stat there, but the key thing is the pot success, which is very, very poor for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Have you ever seen Ronnie O'Sullivan down at 60% after 2.5 frames, or 2 frames and starting the 3rd frame?
Seems to be having more attention on the other table. He keeps looking over to the other table, which is well, a lot of players do that, I suppose, when they're sitting in their chair in this new system we got with the multi-table situation.
He certainly looks like he doesn't really want to watch Rory play, does he? He seems to be kind of either looking down or, as you rightly say, looking at the other table.
I think it'd be fair to say that he's not enjoying himself this evening so far.
This is dangerous. He's trying to swing it round 2 cushions. Got to miss the kiss on the blue if he plays this. One of the hardest safety shots to play, that is, and he played the last 2 safety shots very well indeed. When you're queuing down on a ball like that, it can swing all over the place. You can hit them too thin, you can hit them too thick. Got to time it perfectly. This will cut in though. He's not at the races, is he? Not at the races.
Crowd are onto it. Come on, Ronnie. Black's not in a great position. Pink's off its spot, so it's not a wonderful chance at this moment in time for Sullivan. Tends to be very strong when the pink and black are available and the balls are open.
One.
He's played to bring the pink into play. Left himself an angle, come out for the reds. Can't blame him for that, really. Trying to win the frame off the blue is always a tough task.
7. 8.
That's a little bit careless. He played the check side there to get onto the pink in the opposite corner, and the mood is in. He'll be taking one of these colours on. Played it like it was over the pocket.
11. 12.
Once again, didn't get the desired amount of side on the cue ball. This pink is tough. Oh, good pot. Very good pot, that. If you played that 10
18.
times, you'd probably miss it 2 or 3 times. That was an excellent pot.
90. 25. 26.
May have a slight angle there on the blue. Well, he hasn't, he's dead straight, so he's taken the more difficult pot now. Beautiful shot. He looked at that red, to make sure it would go before he played the brown.
31.
He's not great to play against. You're sitting in your chair thinking, well, he could miss this, he could miss this, and next thing all the balls are open and the frame's gone. That's what he does to his opponents.
37. 38.
He had the first chance, didn't he, Rory? The red in the middle pocket that you expected him to pot. He was concentrating so hard on getting the kiss on the other red to get onto the blue. Just took his eye off the red in the middle.
44.
And looks like it could be very costly indeed.
45.
Ronnie, you have to concentrate.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
It
45.
was a little bit more difficult than that.
One. Eight.
It's on this red nicely. He could run through off one cushion, get onto blue or pink. Well, there's one thing for certain.
9.
He didn't play to get onto the black in the pocket he's got on there. He misjudged the cannon. It was too risky where the red was to the left of the black, so he's definitely been a little... He must have thought he was missing the cannon on the pink. Well, the good thing about this shot, if he plays it plain ball, he'll cover the pocket if he misses it, so just play to roll this in dead slow. Yeah, good shot.
$60.
Another good pot there from Rory McLeod there, and you know the cue ball's going back down the table. Should he have missed it, but he's another good shot here off the green. Oh well, didn't want that.
20.
Well, that is very careless, isn't it? He must have known the cue ball was coming near the pink. The last thing he wanted was to put the pink safe. Well, that's a good shot though. Got the black back in play now.
21.
When I say in play, meaning at this end of the table where he can make those two reds a little easy at this end. Well, that was careless. Both players now.
Rory McLeod, 21.
Such a straightforward pot. It's hard to say which was the easiest. Was it Rory's missed black or Ronnie's?
1.
sigh there from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He felt that the
8.
cushion bounced a little bit. Red and black to possibly make the frame safe.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 8.
He didn't fancy it tonight at all.
One.
Well, he wishes he had to put the pink safe now, but that's another poor shot from Rory. So this frame's still alive.
8. Rory McLeod, 8.
Well, very intriguing indeed, but I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. You can see how this dramatic match finishes in our highlights programme a little later on. Let me just tell you before we go, a stunning start for Matthew Stevens tonight in his second round game against Ken Doherty. He got a 1-3-6 break, the highest in the tournament so far in the first frame, and he's taken the second frame as well. So he leads Doherty by 2 frames to 0. So O'Sullivan and McLeod, the climax in our highlights show later, and Mark Williams, his second round game against Barry Pinches, 11:20 on BBC Two Wales later on. But from all of us, it's goodbye for now.